Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for my client Amrit's vlog, and we're going to have a lot of vlogs come up this week. It's going to be a crazy week for vlogs over the next week. Amrit's the first one kind of coming up in a few days. He just now finished his last week of training. He got pushed back a little bit. For those who need his history, Amrit was a client for a year. We took his deadlift, now this is in kilo plates, from a 3-plate deadlift to a 5-plate deadlift. Okay, he was benching something like 115 kg, pulling 220, everything by the time we were done. Overhead pressing a lot, weighted chins a lot. We struggle with squats. Now, he was running conjugate at the time also. So I think, again, these guys with the longer legs, they just seem to do better when we do more squatting, more direct leg work. I've learned that. It's that come up before. People had said, what do you mean guys with longer legs, you don't have them box squat? Is it because they don't have equipment? No, anyone can find a box to squat on. You can make a box. No, I find they just don't get as much out of it, right? They don't get as much out of it. And then you guys see guys like Antonio, who has stockier legs, shorter femurs, who we've taken up to a high 400 squat, right? Antonio had a 280 squat when he hired me. He's hit a 460 on camera. He had a 430 in competition, then he hit a 460 on camera later. Right? He does conjugate. That sort of programming, working off the box squats, which is really kind of the heart of the conjugate system, it works for certain builds better than others. And this has been my experience as a coach. I have multiple clients who we've gotten past a 500 squat on it. I have others with similar levels of experience who don't. Okay, they struggle to break 400. With similar experience levels, body weights, everything else, and their upper bodies will be comparable. So that's what I'm talking about. So in Amrit's case, though, we are going to go more specific with it. And right now, because he has access to a belt squat machine, we do back squatting, big but boring. We do belt squats right now because he's got them. Otherwise, we might be looking at goblet squats. We might be looking at leg presses. We might be looking at single leg exercises. People will say, what's your favorites here? It depends on what my client has access to. That's a big factor. Because they're like, well, it's quite a few of your guys do goblet squats, but then they see Amrit doing the belt squat. Yeah, because he has access to it. Of course, people will go, but Jason, you're doing goblet squats this week and you own a belt squat. That's correct. I feel the goblet squat brings a lot to the table, even for me, for my possible weak links. I like it. Doesn't mean I'm never going to belt squat again. But Amrit did good this week. We picked up most of his lifts. We got 6 to 7 on his 5+ sets. The squat, we got 9. So out of nowhere, his squat starts going up. Now, he's eating. And Amrit's pretty lean. I think you'll see some of these because, again, he's in the UK. It's a little bit cold right now. A couple of these clips will have a t-shirt on, and you guys will realize, oh, yeah, he's a pretty lean guy. You can see all that tricep. All right, so he's like 6 foot tall, leaner guy, 5'11", 6 foot, something in that range. Long legs. So he's eating now, though, because he's realized, and I've told him that in the past, trying to keep your abs all the time when you're telling me you want a big-ass squat, you're going to have to gain a little body fat. And he's at a point right now where he's comfortable with doing that, right, with his personal life, private life, everything else, work life. He's not really personal training as much these days. He's focused on another business, which has been extremely good for him. So he's in a place where he's like, look, I just want to get strong. Let's get jacked and strong. We can bulk me up a little. So the eating is going to matter. Eating's going to matter for him. But that has historically been a challenge with Amrit is him needing to stay lean, needing to have visible abs year round while he was running, a personal training business as one of his businesses. And it's understandable. And that's the thing when you're dealing with clients as a coach. Your clients are going to have different goals. Yes, everyone comes to me who wants to get strong. But some of my people want to get strong for powerlifting. Some want to get strong because they see the value and the look that comes with it. Even though, and they may be chasing a look and not compete in anything. Maybe they're a personal trainer. Maybe they're a coach. Maybe they box. I've got boxers again right now. That kind of comes in ebbs and flows, you know. Of course, he does a little bit of martial arts, if I recall, not at a serious level. But, you know, you've got to meet these clients where they are with these things. You know, I work with a pretty diverse number of athletes. I've actually had a semi-pro wrestler. I've had a pro tennis player. I don't have them right now, by the way, either one of those. You know, I've got guys who do golf tournaments. I have power lifters. We have boxers. A lot of personal trainers. You've got to look at what that client needs. Everyone comes to me to get strong, but the reason for them getting strong is going to vary. Now, of course, he's doing good. Look at him just repping the full plates aside. Amrit's always had a strong overhead press because he worked on it a lot before he came on with me. He's always had a thing for it. And I get that. He's one of those guys who's always been like, there's just something impressive. There's just something manly about just pressing a heavy weight over your head. You know, and so he's always had a thing for the overhead press. So he tends to be pretty good at it. But I don't think it's because he's just naturally good at it. He put a lot of work in. To be fair, his overhead press was probably his most advanced lift when he first originally hired me. And it's coming back real quick. Like, honestly, given his history, I mean, he'll be overhead pressing 100 kg, drug-free, by the time I'm done with him. You know? Because he's built a base on the lift. He does have good levers for it. I'm not going to say he doesn't. But he's super enthusiastic about it. So I think 531 is really good. This type of programming is really good for someone with his mindset of, number one, he needs the higher specificity for leg work. He loves overhead pressing. Like it's like his favorite lift. All right, but now you guys see there, now that you see him in a t-shirt, you understand what I mean. He's a leaner guy. All right, Amrit's not carrying a whole lot of body fat. You don't have triceps that look like that if you're fat. But again, to come back over to some people know, they're like, well, he's got quite a bit of tricep, actually. Yeah, because he does a lot of benching, a lot of overhead pressing. He doesn't actually do historically that much tricep work either. I've got him doing press downs right now. But, you know, he's never done a lot of arm work. He's kind of relied on pressing and chin-ups to build his arms. You know, because he likes the idea of it. Again, he gets the philosophy. Deadlifting went good. I think he did, I believe, 7 reps on his AMREP set this week. Let me double check. Yeah, 7 reps with, I believe, around 170 kg. So that's almost 4 plates, just a hair shy of 4 plates. Now, he did tell me, he's like, Coach, you're killing me with these 10s. He's like, I almost couldn't do them. Like, I had to take 5-minute breaks to do these 10 rep sets. Why are you doing this to me, Coach? Why? Like, we got to get you into shape. We got to get you into shape, man. We got to get you back. You know, and I told him that, you know, he was hungry for those games. Like when I was coaching him before, you know, he had that certain edge to him. And I told him when he came back and I started watching this original training footage, I'm like, you got soft on me. What happened? Like you used to kind of just, he had that, what's the word? I don't like to want to use the word alpha attitude. But you guys know what I mean. He was hungry for those gains. He was serious, and he had that, I'm going to get there. All right, I'm going to get to, this 90 kilo overhead press. I'm going to bench 3 plates. I'm going to pull 5 plates. Right? He was hungry for those gains. He got a little soft when, his life got comfortable, but he realizes that. So now that he's come back, I'm like, we're going to get you hardy, and we're going to get that edge back. And we're going to hit those numbers. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.